Hello, welcome to, what is it, day 9? Oh my gosh. Day 9 of our 10 days of launching this very powerful and special event. Thank you for being with us through this 10 days or joining in, even if you're just joining today. Welcome. We are delighted to have you with us. And every day it is so heartwarming to see all the countries that are tuning in around the world.
Hello.
So I thank you. Thank you again. We are live streaming onto YouTube. You were hearing the echo there for a second. I was checking to make sure that we were live on YouTube and our Watch Now page where we host our Qi TV every Saturday morning. So as we begin, I always like to start with connecting. We connect with our own bodies, connecting with each other, connecting to our hearts, and acknowledging the shared intention of all of us present here. So I'm going to put it in gallery. I invite all of you to open up your videos and just take a moment, sit up tall, straighten your spine, and check in with your heart, check in with your body and feel, notice looking back on these days together, where you are in this moment, the intention that you held as you began, and how that has evolved. Your experience with the practice, whether it's new or deepening from a long journey of practice, and noticing the relationship between the healing and the awakening that is simultaneously going on. And now opening your eyes, connecting with all of the people here. And just acknowledging all of us, our healing desires, our awakening desires, and our deepest desire for just living that joy in spite of challenge, in spite of all of the details, being able to really smile inwardly and outwardly. Just take a moment and give a smile. You know, there's a power, a contagious power in smiling. And we have a beautiful practice in wisdom healing Qigong called the inner smile, where we playfully smile and activate a smile throughout our organs, throughout our whole body. Just feeling and noticing what happens when somebody smiles at you. And when we choose to smile in spite of what's going on, just make that effort, activate that smile, and see what happens. That's the universal language. I think I remember somebody saying, no matter what country or culture you go in, a smile is the universal language of the heart. Haola, all is well and getting better. That is our continuous mantra, our continuous activation, our intention, acknowledging the wholeness and also the process. So again, welcome, welcome. We are on this river, so deep in this river, flowing together. And I'm just really getting excited for the next step that's coming up starting Friday of our intensive retreat. So it's been a powerful setting of the field with all of you. And again, today's day 9. We've got one more day together of our morning sessions, and then we go deeper. I know a lot of you have decided to join in with us for at least another 10 days or maybe more. And I feel like you know, it's like we're skiing down a mountain or something together. Allah. All right, so now I want to introduce Master Mingtong. If you are new to our session today, Master Mingtong is the founder, teacher of our Qi Center. He was trained again in the Medicine-less Hospital of China under Dr. Pang. And there's a beautiful history, beautiful video called, I think it's called The Journey, that kind of outlines the story of how he came to wisdom healing Qigong from his background as a mathematician, as an artist, and how he came to just so be deeply committed and convicted to become a Qigong master and follow in the footsteps insofar as he could of Dr. Pang Ming, Grand Master of the Zen and Qigong system. And so his journey, you know, he was in the United States, going to China to train as a foreigner, as an American, and then came back leading retreats, leading seminars, teaching and sharing, and has his own very powerful healing story where, you know, when he was a young child, he actually was in a very poor village, and the bathroom was like this outhouse that he fell in as a toddler, and he lost his consciousness. And when he was revived, later in his life, he never remembered the story, except his body remembered it as asthma. He couldn't breathe. And he had scoliosis and severe asthma all his life. And so his experience in the Medicine-less Hospital is an experience of his healing of that very powerful, profound, and challenging time. You know, when our activation of that stuck energy starts to happen, symptoms come up, and it's kind of like a detoxification process on all levels, emotional and physical. And so he went through this, and at the end of it, his asthma was gone. And it took, I believe, a few weeks of this intense experience at the center in China. And then it took years of practice after that to clear up the scoliosis. And many times he's shared his healing story. I'm sure you'll find an opportunity to hear that in detail from Master Mingtong at some point. But I know a lot of people will type in the chat, what about asthma? What about scoliosis? What about Parkinson's? What about these incurable things, you know? And just to say, these practices go beyond these external diagnoses. You know, if you ask yourself, well, what caused the scoliosis? What's the deeper cause? You know, we have reasons that the medical community comes up with, well, it's dopamine, well, it's this, that. Well, what caused that? You know, what caused that? And so as in our Qigong practice, going to that deepest cause, rather than focusing on the symptoms, we focus on the cause of that healing. And as I said, it's kind of a combination always of our mind, body, and spirit. Even a physical injury, our spirit is involved in that. Our emotional trauma, our attitude, how we think about it, how we react to it is all part of that. And so that's why this healing and the awakening is like these two legs moving forward in our process. And today we have on our schedule to do sound healing and some deeper meditative practices. So we are looking forward to that with Master Mingtong. I'm going to turn it over to you now, Master Mingtong. Let's see if I can spotlight you.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you, Sarah, for beginning, connecting of each other, hearing of my story. I want to share right now this moment, the beauty, the magic of the center in Santa Fe where I'm living. And so let's start in from now. Just take a quick kind of virtual tour. So I'm going to shift in my camera for you see what I'm seeing in front of me. And that is the pound. Now with all the tree, all the greenery, you can see some young men walking on. We're still planting trees. And that is our new upgrade. Just last 2 months, we finished this project, including everything, and the stone patio, the waterfall, and behind that is the stream, and also the fountain, the top, and the plant all the trees, including building the retaining walls, and all these rocks from right here. And so the water elements, the water element is so amazingly nourishing, relaxing, and also really joyful. So you can see I was sitting on the deck, and which is not 100% finished yet. We're still in the process. And it become one of my favorite spots to hang out, relax, even as office, have a meeting. And like this moment, I'm doing the teaching from this place. So many of you know we are planning on in-person retreat for the fall season. And we had to change that plan, moving everything online and take advantage of new technology. But deep inside, I'm so much want to share the beauty, the magic of this land. And during the online retreat, I will share more experience, more virtual tour of the entire place. And this is only one section, one of my favorite sections. I want to just briefly share the energy, the beauty with you, and really connecting from this place, wherever you're at. So after the hard work, last 2 months, non-stop, it's deeply fulfilling. And I realize not only I want to create the beauty and share the beauty with everyone who can come here, but also realize the deeper purpose of this project, even the deeper purpose of so many projects, and including even teaching with the healing Qigong, is really bring the nature closer to myself and closer to us. And that's very much one of my passion. While we're noticing this connection, so many levels of disconnection, not only just from isolation during the pandemic, even in the normal time, we feel the disconnection from the nature. Even we feel the disconnection from each other. . And slow the wisdom healing Qigong journey. As Sarah shared a little bit of my own personal story, I discovered the deeper cause of all kinds of disconnection is the disconnection of our own mind, body. Our mind is somewhere else instead of being in the body. The mind, is in the story, in the concept, often in the judgment, in the past, or worry of the future. So not only hardly present in this moment, but also rarely connecting with the body, with the heart, not to mention connecting with the subtle energy of the universe we have been exploring the last 8 days. Pretty much, the whole journey of wisdom healing Qigong is discovering who we are, discovering the body carries energy. The energy is connecting every aspect of self as well, every aspect of existence of life. And the energy condition, it's conditioned by our past, by our history, by life. It determines the continuous experience of health, happiness, our lack of happiness, as well degree of connection, connected or not, as well the fulfillment, connection with the purpose or not, as well the degree of freedom, either feel stuck, limited. So, in this journey, no matter where you start, our immediate inspiration of the journey might be different. We have a different, reason. Different events happen, in your life. And for you to discover wisdom healing Qigong, for example, whether it was told by friends, by even professionals, therapists, doctors, or just finding us through the internet. But the deeper, you have your own personal reason. Most of us, for health reason, and most of us, was diagnosed it in one way or another. It's called incurable condition, chronic condition. That means you were told you're going to live with this disease for the rest of your life. All the medication, all the treatment can only help you managing the symptoms. And you have tried everything. All kinds of treatment, allopathic treatment, medication, even all kind of integrated medicine, holistic medicine, whatever you call it. Even you have tried, energy healing, energy healers, all kind of meditations, all kind of spiritual practice, you name it. And eventually, whatever events in your life, one thing leads to another, you discover wisdom healing Qigong. So for most of us, this is new for you. And for most of us, for practical reason of health, you're trying wisdom healing Qigong. But deep down, What is a deeper reason? What is the deepest longing? What are you truly searching for in your life? And from my experience, I know not only, you discover wisdom, healing, Qigong from all the seeking, all the search. But you have been searching not only after diagnosis. Think about it. How long you have this nagging in your heart? Something is missing. Something is important. You may don't know what it is. So as I mentioned, from the first day of this 10 days program, we're all searching for the same thing. Happiness. I think it's most important we're searching for happiness. That's nothing to do with your diagnosis. Maybe something to do with your diagnosis. And health, yes, continue to be important. Doesn't matter what is your diagnosis, have diagnosis or not. Connection continue to be important. Purpose, meaning, and freedom. So all these 5 things is universal. We're all searching for these 5 important things. So today I'm going to ask you even deeper question. Beyond this 5 universal thing we're all searching, what is the most important thing you're searching? What is the deepest question kind of nagging you? Sometimes even you can't really put it into words. Put it into words. So I'd like to give you some clue. So on one hand, I'm noticing people are using the chat box, actively sharing your thoughts. And that's on one hand is good. But on the other hand, during the teaching, you don't want to use the chat box. Just focus on the experience connecting with what I'm saying. And there will be time by inviting you collectively using the chat box to share your thoughts, share your feeling, sharing your insight that can be beneficial. So if you have a question arise, stay with the question. Don't rush in to type in the question, looking for answer. We will have times, for question answer as well. So one of the unique quality of wisdom healing Qigong is the process, the experiential process, beyond just mental, beyond just understanding, beyond just problem solution, question answer, beyond just statement of what is true or not, what is right or not. We're learning to connect with the body, connect with your heart, connecting with energy, connecting with your deepest exploration, the process of exploration. So what I'm suggesting from my experience, I know we are all seekers. We're all seekers. We're all spiritual seekers. And yes, different kind of challenges, different kind of diagnosis, different kind of problems, stories, circumstances, somewhat led us to, this discovery of wisdom healing Qigong. But that's what's on the surface. And deep inside, something much deeper you've been seeking. I think one of the deepest questions you may have been asking yourself, not only what is the deepest cause of disease and challenges and the suffering, life problems, so on. Not only how I can heal these problems, heal these deeper causes of the problems, even the deeper question. Who am I? Who am I? I'm inviting all of you this moment, take a moment to sit with this question. Who am I? So again, whatever inside feeling come, simply aware. Try not to run into any kind of assumption, conclusion, or answer. So in a deeper level, wisdom healing Qigong is about this discovery, continuous discovery of who am I? So again, I'm noticing in the chat, people asking all kind of questions, not relevant to what I'm saying here this moment. So I'd like to invite you, come back to what we're sharing this moment. And that is very relevant to any other question, any other goal, any other priority you have. You may expecting certain thing by coming to the session. I'm trying to share with you something more important than what you're expecting. So again, wisdom healing Qigong is a continuous discovery. All these important questions. So again, yes, what's the deeper cause of illness, problem of life? That's one of the continuous discovery. And second is how to heal the deeper cause, not only symptoms or not only diagnosis of the problems of disease and suffering, challenge, and so on. And another deeper exploration what is the cause of your own healing? Instead of cause of the problems, what is the cause of your own healing? So for any of us, if missing the past session or you have joined the last few sessions already, just remind us, yeah. One of the deeper cause of healing is connecting the mind, the body, connecting mind, the body. Without this connection, you cannot open the doorway to the next step, discovering energy within you. So another deeper discovery, continuous discovery, yeah, is what it is, yeah. The source of life. What is the source of life? Not just what is the source of healing. So these deeper question, deeper exploration, deeper discovery leading to the deeper experience of who am I? When you discover energy, the pure energy as source of life, the implication of that is source of nourishment, source of healing, yeah, source of all, yeah, fulfillment. Everything you're seeking, the 5 things you're seeking, is expression, connection, cultivation of pure energy. So everybody have a different, people still continuously chatting using different whatever name, identity, yeah. This might be a point, yeah, help you to further your discovery. But there's a lot of assumption, a lot of conclusion statement is involved, even religious belief. So what I'm trying to say here, invite you to consider. What I'm not saying is what you know already doesn't mean it's not true, doesn't mean it's bad. So what I'm trying to invite you to open to greater, deeper discovery. What is experience of these words you're using? Similarly, yeah, when we're discovering energy as source of life, source of creation, what that means for you, what is the experience of that continuously? So yes, you can think about it, you can meditate about it, but wisdom healing Qigong taking one step further, yeah, experience slow movement, slow sound, even slow, yeah, visualization, and so on. Beyond just intellectual understanding, beyond just belief. Yeah. And that is, yeah, one of the most important unique quality within healing Qigong. So when we're discovering the energy, continuous discovering the energy, as human beings, we are embodiment of energy. This whole spectrum of energy in your body, in your presence. When I'm speaking of the body, it's not just this body of the physical, not just defined by the skin, including the subtle energy beyond my hand, beyond my arm, expanding even beyond this pole, palm, beyond, the trees. And this energy encompassing the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. So part of the question, or one of the deepest question relating to who am I? I'm existing as energy. Physically appears what you see, but so much more, so much more. Yes, I have my own identification as a father, as a teacher, as a husband, as a leader, as a man, as whatever it is. And yet, when we're discovering energy, we realize this identification, this story, cannot fully encompass, the presence of energy, wholeness of the energy. So again, relating to that question, one of the deeper questions, what is the essence of who am I? What is the essence of me? How you discover this essence, experience this essence, realize this essence beyond a statement, beyond a story, beyond any identification. So the wisdom healing Qigong process, the most advanced teaching practice, is slow experience, not just mental thinking, not just borrow a statement someone else. Directly realize, oh, that's me. Oh, this is essence of me. So for convenience, not just convenience, I think the one of the most not just inspiring but effective point as language, as words, we call pure consciousness. Pure consciousness. Not just consciousness, pure consciousness. The nature of consciousness, the essence of consciousness. And slow wisdom healing Qigong, so the teaching, the transmission, as well the practice, even I'm hesitant to tell you, to share these words because you can easily make this assumption. But the most important thing, is what is the experience beyond the words? Yes, the words can help you pointing to the experience. But the nature itself is beyond words, beyond words. So in this brief session, I just want to give you some clue. First pointing out the wisdom healing Qigong process allow you to not only asking the question, but more importantly, discovering the experience, discovering the direct realization pure consciousness is the most subtle energy, most subtle energy of this energetic wholeness existing, encompassing the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Most time we're experiencing all kind of energy. Physical sensation, you're experiencing mostly physical energy of the body. When we're feeling emotion, you're experiencing that layer of subtle energy, emotional energy. When you mentally engage, you're experiencing the mental energy, especially the brain energy. When you have an interaction, not only your mind, body, heart, spirit is involved, but you're engaging with whatever relative energy around you in any interaction, in any relationship, in any condition. And most time we're not aware of the most subtle energy, the pure consciousness. And that is the pure energy of the mind. And that is not concept, story. When we're thinking, first awareness is you become aware of your thoughts. And then you become aware of your awareness. But where it's come from? We don't know. We're not aware. We didn't have even asking that question. Where the thoughts is coming from? Where your thoughts coming from? Where your feeling come from? So again, even if I say, oh, your thoughts is coming from this pure energy of your mind, you quickly come to this conclusion, assumption, oh, I got it. But can you experience how the thoughts come out of the pure consciousness? So that is a deeper discovery. So again, for limited time, I'm giving you a framework and even give you the clue, give you a process. So again, wisdom healing Qigong is about working with energy. And the most important step is connecting the mind, the body. In this process, discovering, layers of energy. Discovering who we are, discovering the wholeness, discovering, awakening to the essence of who we are. So in this process, healing is outcome, including awakening of all functioning of your physical body, awakening all functioning of your 5-organ system, including the emotional health, awakening of your mental capacity, for the deeper awakening of your pure consciousness. That's the process of spiritual enlightenment. In the wisdom healing Qigong approach, enlightenment is not a result, it's a process. Healing is not a result, it's a process. So I'm noticing when people come here looking for result, begin to lose patience, begin to leave the sessions. The deeper experience, can lead to certain outcome, certain whatever defined or measured result. But the deeper question, are we ready for the experience? Are we ready for deeper discovery? Are we ready to open to the mystery, open to the uncertainty? So right now, one of the common challenge we're experiencing is uncertainty. Uncertainty of life. As a result, it's hard to plan anything. But the deeper uncertainty of life is always here. Doesn't matter during the pandemic or whatnot. Can you truly know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now? Can you truly know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now? You may have certain expectation, certain, kind of projection, but can you truly know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now? Can you truly know what are you going to experience 5 minutes from now? You may say, oh yeah, I'm in the session. I'm still in the session 5 minutes from now. But can you truly know what are you going to experience in your body, mind, heart, spirit 5 minutes from now? That's a question. Even this moment, do you truly know what you're experiencing in this moment right now? Truly experiencing with your own mind, body, heart, spirit. How much you know what's going on in your body? Very little, very little, very little. So over the days, we continuously exploring, what is true inside of your body. Instead, focus on the story of what is true about something else, about someone else, even about the world. Our story or diagnosis. But asking the deeper question, what is true inside of your body, even this moment? What is the direct experience? What is the deeper discovery you can explore? You willing to explore? So as I share the map, share the clue, share the process, you still have to do the work. No one can do the work for you. No one can make the experience for you. I can point in the finger to the direction. I can guide you the process, even step by step. But you have to make the step. So originally I was planning on doing a complete practice of a sound healing, 5 organ sound healing. And I think I realized I shared more teaching already, and today won't have time to do the entire session. We'll do a kind of alternative sound healing session, then conclude with silent meditation. So with that said, I'd like to invite you open to discovery, open to discovery. So gently close your eyes. Deeply embracing all the sensation, feeling, experience inside of your body, your own body, the most precious, sacred body, and the only body you have for this lifetime. Coming back to your own body with a pure awareness, pure compassion, pure appreciation. Continuously embracing all the sensation, feeling, experience inside of your body. Both comfortable, uncomfortable, both intense and subtle, both familiar and new, continuously open to unknown, to the deeper dimension within you. Continuously allowing the vibration, awakening energy, awakening the deep dimension, awakening the wholeness inside of you. And listening to the sound first, with your eyes closed. Continue in your own pace, lifting your tongues upward towards your upper palate, towards the back, towards your neck. Continuously making the sound, sound, as deep as you can, as long as you can, as loud as you can. Continuously feeling the vibration inside of your body, feeling the vibration of your low back, middle back, upper back, the neck, your brain, feeling the vibration of the entire nerve system, feeling the energy moving through the vibration from the base of your spine upward to the heart, upward to the brain, upward to the heaven, continuously repeating the cycle again and again with your own best effort. Continuously making the sound. Even you hear my sound restored by the technology interrupted, but it's meant to be continuous from beginning to the end, non-stop. Then breathe, then repeating the non-stop from beginning to the end. Continue in your own pace. Relaxing, noticing. Continuously embracing, acknowledging, noticing all sensation, feeling inside of your body. Acknowledging all dimension of energy, physical, emotional, mental, continuously looking inwardly to the inner spaciousness of your body, the inner depths, listening inwardly to the inner vibration, inner stillness. And noticing inwardly with a pure awareness, simply aware, without any concept, simply aware, without any story. Continuously aware, inwardly aware when you're listening to the sound. Sun, Continuously relaxing. Looking inwardly to the center of the energy brain. Listening inwardly to the center of the energy brain. Noticing inwardly to the center of the energy brain. Gateway to pure consciousness. Looking inwardly to the inner spaciousness. To the inner depths. Listening inwardly to the inner silence. Pure consciousness. Naturally open. Open without any limitation. Pure consciousness. Naturally present. Naturally present without any form. Pure consciousness. Naturally aware. Naturally aware without any concept. Pure consciousness. Naturally connecting. Naturally connecting without any effort. pure consciousness. Naturally free. Naturally free without any story. Pure consciousness naturally connecting with your body. Sending the most loving, healing energy information with howla to the entire body, physical, emotional, mental. Howla, howla, howla. Now slowly moving your body, gently moving your hip, rotating the hip pelvis. Moving your shoulder joints. Moving your neck, your spine. Moving your arm, the entire body freely. Simply move your body. Give yourself permission to move. So when we come back to 5 sensory perception, continuously aware, especially aware of your body, connecting with your body. So let's take a moment integrating from this experience, even very short introduction of the teaching, transmission, practice of energy awakening to pure consciousness. So let's share some experience in the chat box, and hoping in the meditation, everybody concentrating in the practice instead of engage in the chat box. So now it's time to take advantage of the chat box to share what you experienced, what you discovered. So while everybody's sharing, Sarah can read some of the.
Yes. Peace, lightness and love, expansion, weightlessness, true bliss, vibration, openness and emptiness, a deep sense of peacefulness and stillness. So good. Deep restfulness. I felt deep resonance in my spine and up. My feet and legs vibrated and my headache disappeared. Free, clear, open to love. Healing as a process rather than a goal. That is the perspective I will adopt now. The resonance is very liberating. My head got really hot and sweaty. Experienced very old memories harmonizing. Emotional liberation, connecting deeply with the part of me that wants to go back home. Inner peace, inner emptiness, wide open spaciousness. So relaxed without stories, silence and peace. I felt warmth in my spine and oneness, resonance with everything. A deep, subtle connection to the universe within. I felt like a bee buzzing with union of life. That I could merge into the source, the quantum field that is ever expanding, and connect back to this within me. Drowsiness. I felt hope. Soft and warm, floating in endless space. I did not feel my body. I was bodiless. Thank you, Master Mingtong. A true practice, present, yet no attachment, freedom. I felt both resistance and openness. Calmness in my whole body.
Beautiful. Because of such a large group, it will take a while to read all of them. Just from what we heard. So beautiful, so beautiful. So again, realize the essence is always present, and yet we need to make a choice to open the doorway, to connect, to continuously discover, rediscover, realize again, again, again. So I'm so grateful able to have this opportunity to share this process, share the experience with you. And many of you have been asking last few days, what is my next step? So we're going to explore that question more deeply next session tomorrow. And meanwhile, our team will share with you some of the information, more information about especially the upcoming online retreat. Again, we've been initiating the 40 days of transformation. So first 10 days is like warm up, preparation, and opening many doorways, exploring what is possible, experiencing the deeper new approach, new choice, new habit. Then we're going to continue the deeper experience, repeating the new habit, embodying the new paradigm, and especially during 10 days of intense retreat, 6-7 hours a day, and continue to 20 days, 30 days. So the second and third retreat focus on pure consciousness. And today, I give an introduction, give you some process, direct experience. So we're going to focus on the deeper realization in the second and third retreat. So with that said, I'm going to hand to Selena and Sarah so we can share more information and you can ask any question.
Thank you, Master Mingtong. Wow.
What about, let's take actually a few minutes, couple of minutes, grounding ourselves a little bit.
I feel like I need to land first.
Right, asking some question in case, Sarah, if you have the poll, that might helping people to ground. It's very easy, take a few minutes. So everybody asking, check on these questions, answer, check every questions, every items. So it's not just one for each question, only few questions. There's multiple choices. So check anything true for you. And that process can help us to ground actually what we opening up in the last meditation.
So I think Selena's launching the poll. For some reason, I can't access it. Zoom's always changing their settings.
The poll, so everybody's starting that.
Okay.
You saw it, Master Mingtong? You saw it?
Yes, I can see the poll on my screen, so it's working.
I think maybe I ended it because I thought it didn't show, so I may have to do it again. Let's see.
Oh.
There, does it show now?
On my screen, I cannot participate. Sure, I'm a co-hoster. So yeah, I think some.
Okay, looks like people are saying it's there now. Great.
Working. So inviting everybody participate. Let's take about 2 minutes. Just answer every item.
As you answer the poll, you need to scroll down to the next question. I think there's 9 questions. So it's fairly short. And you have to click at least one answer for each question, or it won't let you submit. So I'll give you a minute.
So the main purpose of the poll is to know where you're at and what is your interest and need. And so we can support you the best way we can. As I often say, we're here to do everything possible, but only can meet you halfway. And the bottom line is we have everything you need to help you, support you, empowering you, move forward to your next step of healing and awakening. So the survey can help us prioritize
We've got a quick question in the chat. Should we answer that real quick, Selena?
Sure, let's see. The one, can you share if we can't make the retreats? Is that one?
Well, that one we might not know the answer to yet, but the second part about the live streaming on Qigong for Life Mastery membership on Saturday. So yes, when you join Qigong for Life Mastery, part of your ongoing process in our system, we have the online course that you do as a self-study. And then every Saturday, we offer a live streaming, and it rotates between teaching with Master Mingtong, practice with Master Mingtong. We do question and answer. We have an office hours time where we ask questions, and then we have small group connection time. We've got group coaching time. So yes, every Saturday, we have a 90 minutes of our Qigong for Life Mastery membership live stream, these different activities. And if you can't make it, it is recorded and uploaded into your live stream replay portal. It's not required attendance. So if you can't make Saturdays, somebody asked, whether or not they should join. If they can't make Saturdays, it's fine. You can work on the live, on your online courses and still connect with the community whenever you can. But it is a wonderful opportunity to continue live connecting with Master Mingtong and the community. I don't know, do we know, we are always wanting to open up the center for retreats in the future, and it really, I don't know about online, if we have a plan to share yet, or just wait and see what happens. Someone is asking, if they can't make these 3 upcoming 10-day, there will be more in the future. We just don't know that we've got the schedule nailed down yet, right, Selena?
Not for sure. Probably, we generally do a retreat in person and online, or one or the other, in every season, so 4 times a year. So I'm sure we'll have one in the late winter, and then spring, summer, and fall again. So it looks like we have about 72% of our folks have responded. Lots of answers still coming in. Maybe we can give like another minute and a half, 90 seconds for you to wrap up if you would, so that we can go on to what we're going to do next.
We have also the question, is there any way for people of different time zones to participate in the intensive online retreats? Absolutely. We have people tuning in on our online retreats from all over. And it's always fun to see the creative ways that they find. We've got some people who get together with friends, rent a place and kind of have a retreat party and just come onto our time zone. And they just stay with us through the whole 10 days. And other people, have to work with other commitments. so they catch up on the replays. Maybe some of the afternoon sessions that are closer to 10, 11 o'clock at night, they might do them the following morning and then continue in the flow of the retreat. So yeah, there's lots of different ways people have creatively been able to participate. Question, who should I talk to figure out what the most useful next step is for me? Selena, let's put that link in the chat to.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a team of retreat and Qigong experts that can help you answer those questions. So you just need to schedule a time with one of them that works for you. And I'm going to put that in the chat right now. It's super easy to remember. You're scheduling a conversation. So it's qcenter.com/conversation. And those are free and usually last 20 to 30 minutes. And you can ask all your questions and share what's up for you. And they can definitely help you decide what the best next step is.
And real quick, the schedule for the retreat. Did you want to go through the website and share, or do you want me to share the video first before we get into all those details?
Yeah, the schedule's actually not very easy to see on the website, so we can just share with that.
Okay.
It starts at 9 a.m. Mountain, just like these events have, and goes every day till 4:30 p.m. Mountain time. And then there will be a break and some assignments, things to do after that in the evening. And yeah, why don't you, I'll close the poll. We have like 81% who responded, so that's a good number. I'll close that and then we can go ahead and with the video.
Okay, wonderful. And we do have a lunch break.
Oh,
and
sorry.
we will have about, 15-minute breaks interspersed depending on the flow of the teaching and the practice. So we'll take care of you. Don't worry. And there's going to be movement and there's going to be teaching. So we even do chi nap sometimes. So, there's a flow to the retreat that's really beautiful. So no worries. All right, let me know. Get my thing ready to share screen. If I share, it's probably going to interrupt your poll. Do you want to share the results first and we can capture that?
You bet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Is that sharing?
Can other people, for some reason, because I'm a host, I don't get to see anything you all get to see. Yes, Eva says yes. Okay.
Okay. And Stephanie, are you able to take you might not be able to see the results either, huh? So
I don't see them.
okay. All right. I'll see if I can capture these.
Yes, the retreats will, all the sessions will be uploaded into a course replay portal. Okay, so you'll get this in your library. It's got some introductory materials. It'll have all the bonuses in it that come with signing up for the retreat. And as we go through each day, Stephanie is there diligently uploading all of our sessions into that resource so that you can go back and review. Again, if you're in a different time zone or if you have to miss a whole day, and you'll have access to that for a period of time afterwards as well, if you need to miss an extended time, or if you're in the retreat and you have to miss things, we don't want you to feel like you need to watch it before you can come back in person. We want you to just jump right back in and catch up on it afterwards. You'll have time after to catch up if you need to. Just looking here. All right, Selena, let me know, say go when we're ready.
Go, time to go.
Okay, we're under.
felt more energy actually in this practice, and a deeper connection, not just in relationship, but just kind of with life in general.
I'm beginning to experience a little more spaciousness around any difficulties that I encounter emotionally or physically.
And more kind and loving and more relaxed.
I find that I communicate in a calmer, more compassionate way with my friends. I don't react as much. I don't fly off the handle.
And I truly, deeply feel that through this process, the relationship with myself has deepened and opened through making connections with people in our class, in our groups. Little breakout groups have been beautiful, and I thank all of you.
I'm more comfortable in my body than I was a month ago, and that your meditations and the movements are incredible. I appreciate being able to do this online, that this time in this year has been difficult, and I have found a connection that I've been looking for a long time.
I think I found something that I can stick with and grow with.
One of the things that I was amazed about here is the whole piece I've been missing all along. You can meditate and you cannot resist, and you can accept and be in the moment and be present. But how does that fit in integrating that with manifesting that in this physical plane of existence when you're missing the emotional and physical piece to bring in with the meditation piece to actually have a more complete and a more integrative aspect of being, and being able to live life and bring this in a more integrated way into life, and how you express living and being. Because for so long I was feeling such emptiness and void, emptying. I didn't know what to do with this emptiness and void from all this meditation. It's like, what do you do? And now this for me was like the missing piece on how to have a more fulfilled existence.
It was really very beneficial for me, Master Mingtong. Yep. And I have very close connection with my husband now. I thank you.
Yeah, it's something we're both feeling, pretty deeply, because I've been going through some things where I've been very disconnected, and this is something we're really kind of doing for the first time together as a we thing, in a spiritual sense, and we're sensing a deeper connection and appreciation.
I'm noticing less reactivity in my case, and also in Linda's.
For myself, am taking that step back and going, what's really happening here? Yeah. So that I have more awareness in my communications, and can be more respectful and more loving, because I do adore this man very much.
I've been doing the Awakening Vitality method since the end of August, and this last program has really helped deepen that practice. And I've noticed that my practice has gone a lot better since doing the sound. It's really helped with my emotions. I've been calmer, less anxiety, more patient with other people. I can really feel the compassion and love in my heart from doing the sound healing. And also when we do the kidney, I can feel the fear and the liver, the anger coming out and turning into better, healthier emotions.
I have more appreciation for daily life. I have more appreciation for the weather. I've always had an incredible reverence for the earth. I can go beyond that and say this energy that I can feel that is being expressed is healing energy, and it goes beyond ourselves.
And also I have noticed, physical improvements from doing both of these classes, the Awakened Vitality as well as this. My digestion is better, my joint pain is better, and just really looking forward to continuing on with you and your classes. And I'm just so, as I say, I'm so grateful to have found you and the Qi Center. It's just made a huge difference in my life. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you for sharing that, Sarah. That was amazing. I've seen so many people here for the last 10 days that were also on that video. So if you got to watch yourself, hopefully that brought back some fond memories of other courses or other retreats that you've been in. So you'll notice that at the very end of that video was the URL, the address, the online address that we've been sharing with you all week, the qicenter.com/online retreat. And we have been getting so many questions that I thought possibly today it might be useful for me to actually share that page with you so that you don't have to feel like you're missing something in Zoom in order to go to that page. So I am going to share my screen and just walk you through doing that. So here we go. Okay, hopefully I'm sharing my desktop now. And if you use Zoom, Google, this will look familiar to you. And we're just going to type in qicenter.com online retreat and just walk you through what you will see. So again, this page is describing all of the 10-day events that are in our 40 days of transformation. So we have 4 of those. You've been participating in the first one, which continues through tomorrow. And here on the screen, you can see how they're broken out into the date range and the topics for each of those 10 days. So beginning on Friday, we have our journey into pure energy for emotional and physical healing, followed by the pure consciousness, your journey into pure consciousness for physical or for spiritual and healing and awakening that Master Mingtong sort of queued up a little bit for you today. And then the 10 days following that is our advanced pure consciousness for life transformation retreat. That will be an advanced retreat. If you've done any pure consciousness retreats before, you're eligible to go. Or if you attend the 10 days prior, you'll definitely also be ready and eligible to attend and go really, really deep in that level 2 and 3 of pure consciousness. Let's see if I can get my computer to cooperate here. Scrolling up and it wants to jump down. Okay. So I'm not going to read everything on this page. Certainly you can do that at your own time frame, in your own time frame. But again, we're just talking about these retreats are really focused and designed for times like these, when we're really challenged by uncertainty. We know we've each experienced a sense of isolation and confusion and sometimes anger or upset with others because of what they are or not doing. And it's not just about COVID, it's really about the environment and your personal life and things that are happening in your world and up close and personal, as well as what we're all experiencing collectively. And the purpose of these retreats, obviously, is healing and awakening through wisdom, healing, Qigong. You've learned a lot about that in the last 9 of the 10 days. And we're going to reimagine the new normal together in a deep dive into each of these retreats. And, we've talked a lot about our disappointment of not being able to have the retreats online or in person this year and switching to online instead. But we just want to comfort you that we've been doing online retreats and online programs for more than a decade. We're really kind of a leader in that way. And so we have refined and refined over a long period of time what really works online. And again, we've updated again for 2021 so that we're really taking you into a good online experience that we believe is beyond what anybody else is offering at this time. Our retreats are designed to serve you if you're brand new. If you've been in any of these 9 of 10 days, you're not technically brand new anymore. You've got a really nice introduction to wisdom, healing, Qigong. And our retreats are also will serve those who have had a long history with us, especially in the pure consciousness section and the advanced pure consciousness segment as well. You know, we've been thinking a lot about how to make retreats special this year as we've thought about the shift from being in person to online. And so we've got some tips here and ways to make it special, even a little video with a recommendation on how Dee, who is a long-term retreat goer, talked about how she made her retreat special in her own home and how much better it was for her in a certain way. There's lots of words here that people send us about what their experience was with their online retreat. And there's one here, sorry if this is jumping around today, that I just wanted to read quickly. Mary says, on day 1 of the online live stream, I'm very alive, feeling appreciating every second. Qigong's opened my world to an always optimistic existence. If my body and mind get cranky, I do Qigong. It's automatic. I kick the ass I didn't see until I learned the practice. I feel the aliveness and the very loud yes. This is more than wonderful. Thanks for making it possible. And skipping to the bottom, the last paragraph, online is fabulous. One heart, one mind of optimism, highest faith, and confidence that the next whatever will be good. That was fun from Mary. Also, just yesterday, I added this little video that you see the little picture of Tom. Tom started out as a skeptic, thinking retreats and wisdom healing Qigong probably wouldn't work for him. And I remember him telling a funny story about seeing Master Mingtong's picture for the first time and thinking, oh no, not this guy, anybody but this guy with this goofy smile. But Tom shares here how his skepticism was overcome and wisdom healing Qigong and the retreats really transformed his life. So again, we've talked a lot about what the online retreat experience will include. You've gotten a sampler of many of the practices and many of the teachings over these last 9 days. So we intermingle practices with gentle movement and embodiment practice, with sound healing that opens up your emotional energy and that is stored in your organs, with meditation and visualization practices that connect you to essence, like Master Mingtong led today. And if you really want a deep explanation of the 4 main practices that we teach in wisdom healing Qigong, these blue-green buttons here are pop-up buttons where you can read specifics about each of the practices of awakened vitality method, lift you up, port you down, which we got to experience yesterday, sound healing technologies, and more about the practices of pure consciousness. Again, the retreat is a full time, but we also make it spacious and give you lots of time for reflection and integration. And Sarah and I are cooking up some really fun additions this year. We're going to talk about that this afternoon, right, Sarah? Yeah, about some exercises and activities that we would like to share with you too. Group healing sessions. This has been a favorite, and normally those are done right before bedtime, and we're going to find some creative ways to give you group healing sessions. Some days they will be live with Master Mingtong. Other days we will have some recordings that you can listen to no matter what time zone you're in, so that you can listen to them at the right time for you and at bedtime specifically. And one of the things that are part of the integration practices is structured time to enjoy nature. This was perfect timing for Master Mingtong today to share nature here at the Chi Center with you. And we're hoping that we can do that more throughout the entire 30 days of the rest of the retreat cycle. But we're also going to give you some ideas and some tips about how to enjoy nature no matter where you are. If you live in a city, maybe you can go to a park, or you can go to your backyard, or if you're out in the country or you take a walk, maybe there's some places you can be in the forest or in a garden nearby. Okay, I think we're almost to the end. There's a little bit more here about Master Mingtong's story. Sarah shared that this morning, and Grandmaster Pang and his relationship, their relationship together, which is an amazing and beautiful story, and how Master Mingtong has transformed his experience in China to teaching all over the world today. Okay, then each of the 10-day segments is described on this page as you get towards the bottom. This first section here is the retreat that you've been on for the last 9 of 10 days, talking a little bit about what the retreat flow was. You've experienced that already. And then you can continue to the rest of the explanations for each of the 10-day segments, so that if you want to hone in and attend one or the other or all three, the details are here for you to read at your convenience. Oh, this is an exciting bonus that we announced in email today and shared a little bit about yesterday. We've curated 7 video sets that are the best of the best. I'm really excited about this brand new retreat bonus. And so if you sign up before Friday, this bonus is available to you. And you can sign up before Friday for the retreat that begins Friday, or the retreats that begin the second, or the Pure Consciousness Retreat and the Advanced Pure Consciousness Retreat. This will be a bonus that will go out to each of those retreat registrants. There's lots and lots inside your course, that lots of resources, lots of ideas, lots of ways to enhance your experience, and ideas we've curated again over time and really refined so that your online retreat experience can be the best possible. There's frequently asked questions about what the time are, what are their payment plans, what happens if my spouse or my partner wants to watch with me, et cetera, and the daily schedule, as we talked about earlier, is also down here in the frequently asked question segment. And we've had lots of people ask about scholarships. And so at the very bottom of this page, there's a big orange button called Need a Scholarship, Apply Here. So just click on that. It's an easy form to complete, and we have our service and support team standing by to process those right away. And then we can let you know if you're approved and get you registered for the retreat as soon as possible. All right, Sarah, I think I am complete with going through the page. If you have questions, possibly you've been putting them in the chat, or I can answer a few of them here live, or Sarah may be able to help me with that as well.
If you are part of Qigong for Life Mastery, are you able to keep the retreat in your own library as long as you're a member? Yes.
Yes, yeah, that is our new plan. One of the other really exciting benefits of membership. Let's see, there's a question about chi purification. I think you might have answered that. Will we experience any sort of physical purification? You want to take that?
They said, will we experience physical or emotional purging? You know, some people may have even experienced some of that in these 10 days. I think I've heard some, you know, I was crying, just tears came up, or, you know, I felt hot, I felt different sensations, cold, shaking. And so, yes, when you do these practices, you know, there's no formula, well, it'll happen on day 3, you know, or, you know, maybe it doesn't happen at all, or maybe it happens even before the retreat starts. You know, Master Mingtong said, when you make the commitment to participate energetically, things will start to shift for you. You'll start to experience this process. So Qi purification is the term we use for that activation, for that opening up. And it can be, like I mentioned with Master Mingtong's experience, like some kind of a detoxification almost on all levels. If you've ever experienced, you know, kind of a detoxing of your body. So yeah, it's very powerful to have the support of the community while you're working through that and opening that up. So yeah, often that can happen.
There's a question here from Craig. It says, are the bonus videos uploaded now or are they available later? So the bonus videos will be in your online Qi Center course for any of the paid retreats. So I'm sorry if that was confusing. Those bonus videos are not available if you've attended the free 10 days. They are a $1,397 bonus if you sign up for any of the paid retreats for the next 30 days. Sarah, do you want to answer Mary Jane's question? If you have treatments or other serious commitments, how do you honor that and do them and still be in retreat?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I shared a little bit yesterday about my experience with this and other people who have participated in our retreats, what they have experienced. We actually had someone who was in retreat who had some serious medical procedures that they were having to have done. And they were listening. You can listen in on your phone. You can tune in and listen in on your phone. And they were listening to it while they were at the hospital, you know, while they're waiting in between the procedure. And they said it really helped them to be calm and to embrace the process and to work with it. You know, normally this was a very anxious time, and it just gave them a completely different space from which to work with this commitment that they had. And, you know, that's been my experience. I've been going to retreats for a long time, and I've been going to them actually when Master Mingtong, back before we did them all online, he would come to Colorado and offer retreats, and I would attend. And I had 3 little kids and a husband, and I couldn't be gone for the full day and stay the night. You know, I would have to come home and take care of the children and do what I could and make dinner, make lunch and all that stuff, and still kind of flowing in and out of retreat. And my experience with that was, it wasn't like I was leaving retreat to go to these commitments, but rather I was integrating my life into this new space, into this new energy way of approaching challenge. And that's really what we're learning in the practices and in the teaching, is how to respond to challenge differently. And so personally, in my experience of doing this for over 10 years, I have noticed that integrating the retreat experience into life has powerfully transformed my life. And so I have lots of stories I have shared about that in detail, but very simply, it's all how you approach it, you know, and I like to approach Qigong as not something that I do, you know, for 30 minutes and then I go on with the rest of my life. I like to integrate the attitude of Haola into everything I'm doing. And if you approach these commitments and the balancing of retreat with that, it can be powerfully transformative for all the parts of your life that it will touch as you go about that. So yeah, I hope that's helpful, giving you some ideas, and maybe you'll find some creative ways to work with it. Can you achieve the same results without doing a retreat? Honestly, I think Tom's story answers that the most powerfully. He first time when he came to retreat, he had been through tried all kinds of meditations, tried all sorts of things, and actually came to retreat in a wheelchair. And his family thought he was crazy, but he's like, I'm gonna die anyway. What have I got to lose, And so he had a really, dim prognosis. Things were not going well for him. He had kind of everything you could possibly think of in the book. And his retreat experience really changed it. It jump started and turned his life around in a very tangible way. He went home without the wheelchair, and he continued to work with it. But one of the things he noticed is even after that retreat experience, he started to slowly go down in his daily process, and he'd have to go back to retreat and pick it up again. And then, we go. So he had this kind of roller coaster thing going. And then when he started with the online program, it helped to keep a stable, consistent practice so that it could be an ongoing. So in his experience, no, he really couldn't do it without retreat. It was really important for him to have that, to really get him through some of those high hurdles that he needed. And then the ongoing courses help support him. And other people, depending on your challenge, the Qigong for Life Mastery can be what you need as a daily support and help you through. I think Master Mingtong shared at one time, like, think of it by the quantity and quality that you're doing. If you're practicing an hour a day with your courses, you're going to accumulate. This is a cumulative result. My son was a gymnast. Okay, think about it. You go to the gym and you work out an hour a day versus you do an intensive workshop and you work out 7 hours a day. Just physically in your own experience, how much more you gain by doing an intensive workshop, an intensive experience. And it's really no different from retreat. You can have daily progress doing the online courses. I think it's much more difficult to continue to progress if you don't do either one. I don't really know that you could have the results, but you do need to have an ongoing process, and the intensity of retreat just, like I use the word jumpstart. It just really takes you through some of the hurdles that might have taken you a lot longer to get through. All right.
I would just add to what you said, Sarah, that our online program and our coaching programs and our retreats are really all designed to work together. We noticed a trend, or people that would just come to retreats, once or twice a year, or sometimes more, and they would go home filled with transformation and change, but finding it really hard to sustain that, as Sarah described Tom's story. Really hard to sustain that in between visits to or online retreats, whichever they were doing. And so we started a coaching program so that people could be more supported in between. And then we really upped the quality of our online program this year, the Qigong for Life Mastery program, by adding a live stream component. So there was a community component to each week that you would be coming together to kind of keep everyone together and inspired and on track. So really, they serve different purposes for folks, and they have kind of different intensities, as Sarah described quite well. So anyway, you can make progress with all of them, and it just depends on the kind of progress, the kind of challenge that you have, and the amount of time and space that you have in your schedule.
Yeah, and so just, I think there was a follow-up question. Well, can we have that kind of transformative experience if we can only do the online courses and not do a retreat? Yes, you can. I listen to and I get emails every day from people in our online courses who are just having amazing experiences working with and progressing through their own challenges. Again, it's not as well, it depends on your daily schedule. Usually, it's not as intense. And so the process is going to work a little bit more slowly, but absolutely, it is very effective. The main thing is every day, coming back to this every day and continuing to shift those old habits. That's going back to, we have a question, can I incorporate these modalities into my professional practices as a healing practitioner and a yoga instructor? Okay, so there's two answers to this. One answer is Master Mingtong always encourages us to respect the integrity of every system and not to try to blend movements from one system into another system, because they come from and they were developed for a purpose that is tied in with the cosmology and the teaching of that system. And the other answer is how La can be integrated into everything. In my personal experience and also listening, we had a person who was actually an attorney and doing our retreats, and she shared how, she started to tend more towards mediation. And instead of being confrontational, she would encourage settlement. And so, and noticing how her Qigong practice, that way of life of embracing and working with challenge rather than being fighting and resistant, was starting to infiltrate her professional practice. And so in those ways, I think of it as, I always say when we do our practice and we're doing something and it's hard and it's challenging, and instead of fighting with it and we're just going to be like, okay, I'm going to work with this. I'm going to embrace this challenge. I'm going to embrace the sensation. And then you notice how the energy shifts and things start to change and the pain starts to resolve. And what I noticed is when I did that in my practice as a habit, repeating, then it became a habit in life. And whenever I was faced with a challenge, instead of immediately being reactive and confrontational, my first response was, how can I embrace this and accept it for what it is? How can I work with this without fighting? And so in that way, it really starts to transform everything you're doing. It's a different approach I see, to life. So I hope that helps.
Well, Sarah, I just looked at the clock. We
gotta go.
I know we've extended today 45 minutes over. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for staying and listening, and we'll be happy to answer any more questions that you have. Just write to support@qicenter.com and our team will either get the question to me or Sarah, or they'll be able to answer it themselves. If you have any other questions beyond this, thank you so much for being here today and all of the 9 days that you've been able to attend. And unless there's anything else, we'll wrap it up and see you tomorrow. I see Master Mingtong has come back. He must have something to share.
No, I've been here listening to you guys. Enjoying that process as well, because it's really important for all of us. And so we're here to continue supporting you in the most effective way possible. So we're not just supporting you. We continue asking questions, not only what do you need, but what is the effective way of supporting you. So I'm excited for what we're able to do, especially in this online program, including retreat, including ongoing process. So with that, let's celebrating with each other with a big howl again before we transition to our daily activity. We say, you know, to the heart, to the body, to the mind, to the energy, personal, collective, with the most loving, healing energy information of how all is well, getting better. Together. Howla. 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 Have a howla day. Howla day. See you next time. Hopefully see everybody in retreat or Qigong for Life Mastery program, our both. And the key is to share this time together, this journey together, this opportunity together. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. One more day. We'll see you tomorrow.